Okay, so the problem with this is I'm not saying don't proceed by squaring both sides, but I'm kind of looking at it, and I think squaring both sides might create a problem for me. So what I want to do is I just want to look at it maybe in a simplistic way by seeing if I can factor them to see if something happens, something nice happens, who knows? So I'd factor the radicand there. And they look factorable, by the way. Factor the radicand there and factor the radicand over here. And doing that, what are you going to get? X and X. Again, I'm using trial and error. 6 and 4, very simple factorization. It works like a charm. This is going to be X and X. And what do you get there? It looks like 4 and 3. Again, very simple factorization, just by inspection, so to speak. This one's a little more difficult for me, but I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to say 4x and x. I'm going to say 4 here and 1 there, plus plus, and let's see if that works. What do you get? You get 4x squared, 16 and 1 is 17. Yeah, it works good. And, immediately what I see about the problem is I see that there's a factor of x plus 4 in every single radicand. So I can say right now a really simple solution to this problem would be where x equals minus 4. Now, before I proceed forward, I want to see if that makes any sense. And what do I mean by that? If you plugged in minus 4, what would you get? Well, the first radical would be 0, second radical would be 0, and third radical would be 0. So it appears to be making pure sense. So this is one solution to the problem. And I'll kind of put it in a box over here indicating I'm pretty happy I found one just by inspection, by the way. The next thing I would do is, probably what I would do is, if x plus 4 is a solution to the problem, you could basically divide it away at this point, and you get a simpler equation. I'll write down what you get. You get something that looks like this over here. And then what would I do? I probably would just simply square both sides, because this is much easier for me to deal with, by the way. Much easier, all right? By the way, I think I copied something wrong there. It's not x plus 4. I kind of divided that way. It's 4x plus 1. Sorry about that. I just recognized that that doesn't make any sense. And it's 4x plus 1. Sorry about that. Again, what am I doing? Factoring it out and simply saying I know the solution to that and just pulling it away. That's all I'm doing. All right, square both sides. What do you get? Let's write this down. You got to be careful about it, too. You're going to get x plus 6 plus x plus 3 plus 2, x plus 6, the radical, x plus 3. And that would be equal to 4x plus 1. All right? So I'm going to claim that it's not that bad. It's 2x plus 9. And I'm seeing this right over here. And then 4x plus 1, I'm seeing that over there. So I'm pretty comfortable. I'm moving along. And I've already checked one of the answers. I know I get a good answer. And then what do I do? Well, let me go through it with you. All right? So the next thing I would do, and again, I want to point out, let me get my eraser out. And again, we're just talking through the solution that's typed up for you. All right? And I'm on this line here. Let me highlight it for you. And what I would do is I would subtract 2x from both sides, and I would subtract 9. And you would get this. You would get 2 root x plus 6 root x plus 3 equals, well, let's see, you get 2x minus 8, right? And then I'd do is divide both sides by 2. And if you did that, what do you get? Well, you'd get this. You get the root of x plus 6, the root of x plus 3 equals x minus 4. Now, I'm seeing that over there, but I notice I did something here. What they do, they multiplied x plus 3 times x plus 6. You get x squared plus 9x plus 18. So I'm pretty comfortable with that. You guys moving along, just looking at the k, that I'm getting to each step that they're getting to. All right, then what would I do? I would square both sides, all right? And I know it's tough, but you got to go forward. So what do you get if you square both sides? You would get x squared plus 9x plus 18. Hopefully things are getting simpler as you move forward. And then you get x squared minus 8x plus 16. All right, that's pretty simple. Take x squared from both sides, add 8x to both sides. That would give you 17x, and then 18 from 16 is minus 2. So you get an answer. And I got to be honest with you, most students, they're exhausted at this point. They don't know what to do. But we do know one solution works with a problem. The question is, does this work over here? And I know it's difficult, but all you have to do, and I want to point out what I mean by that, just check it here. That's all you have to do. So what I'm going to do is I'll write that down as a check. All right? I want to see what happens. I know it's tough, though. If you don't want to check it, I understand you don't want to check it. Or if you want to use a calculator. I don't think a calculator is a good idea, though. So what would you get? Let me write this down for you. So I had to do the x plus 6 first. So it's minus 2 17ths plus 6. Well, common denominator would be 17 there, right? And let's see, that's 60 and 42, right? So 10 times 6 is 60 and 42. 102 minus 2 is 100. Well, that's not so bad. So the first term would be 10 over root 17. Let me go to the next term. And that's going to be minus 2 17ths plus 3. And what's that going to be? Let's take a look at it. That's going to be 30 and 21, 51. 51 minus 2 is 49 17ths, right? Well, that's going to be 7 over the root of 17. I'm just checking it. Get my eraser out. Erase this business over here. I'm going to erase some of this work over here, too. I'm kind of done with that. I'm just looking at my key, working my way forward. That's all I'm doing. All right, and that's what we want you to do, too, when you're studying. Work forward on a key. All right, study the material. Well, that's going to be minus 8 17ths. And then 17 17ths. Well, what do you get there? That would give you 9 17ths, and the root of 9 17ths is 3 over root 17. This is clearly not true. 10 plus 7 is not equal to 3. Now, by the way, their difference may be equal to 3, and that's where this error came in. So the bottom line is this is not an answer. We only have one answer, and this was the answer. It was also an easy answer to get by inspection. All right? We're done. Thank you.